Good Wednesday evening and welcome to the NCWLIFE Evening News. I'm Grant Olson. Here are a few of the stories we have coming up for you tonight. April 1st is the closure date for the Dryden Transfer Station, the tipping center that receives most of the refuse from the upper Wenatchee Valley. A Wenatchee man was arraigned today on charges of using his South Chelan Avenue home as a drug distribution point. Unseasonably warm weather is on the way with temperatures around 70 degrees this weekend. All the details coming up in your local weather forecast. A Bridgeport couple already suspected of kidnapping and assault in Okanagan County have now been charged with drug possession with intent in neighboring Douglas County. 48-year-old Michael J. Mayer and 31-year-old Regina Couture were charged Tuesday in Douglas County Superior Court for allegedly possessing at least 3,500 tablets of fentanyl at their home in Bridgeport. The two were arrested last September on suspicion of assaulting and kidnapping a man in Brewster. The drugs were allegedly found when police searched the Bridgeport residence during that investigation. Both Mayer and Couture have been jailed in Okanagan County since their arrest on $150,000 bond. Prices are likely going up at Leavenworth's Brush Collection Yard. The city, like the western half of Chalan County, lies within the state apple maggot quarantine zone, meaning yard waste and plant material cannot be trucked out of the area for disposal. Chalan County operates a brush yard on Icicle Road that charges $20 per cubic yard of yard waste, but it's running at a loss, and county commissioners are considering raising that to $25 and keeping it open 1 day a week. A vote on the price change is likely within the next 2 weeks. The Wenatchee School District presented recommended and non-recommended considerations for budget reductions at last night's board meeting. The district is targeting a preliminary budget reduction between $8 million and $9 million for the 2024-25 school year and will need to add $3 to $4 million in reductions during the 2025-26 school year. Superintendent Corey Callahar said that the recommended actions are the possible closure of Columbia and additional budget reductions of Bell's schedule changes at the middle schools and high school and additional staff reductions. Callahar explained that delaying the closure of Columbia by a year would still require the district to make preliminary reductions of $5 to $7 million in the 2024-25 school year. Items not recommended for budget reductions included administrative positions like principal roles, security positions, and school programming like Avid. April 1st is the closure date for the Dryden Transfer Station, the tipping center that receives most of the refuse from the upper Wenatchee Valley. Chalan County Commissioners on Tuesday authorized repair work to begin that day on the floor of the concrete pit where garbage is deposited. SCI Industrial Services will receive just over $237,000 to perform the work. Public Works Director Eric Pearson says the repair is much needed and within the department's budget. A reopening date is not certain, but the transfer station may be closed for up to 2.5 weeks. When we come back, the results are about what you'd expect in Washington's presidential primary. Donald Trump will have his rematch against President Joe Biden. And Christopher Gadd, the Washington State Patrol trooper killed in a March 2nd auto accident, was memorialized Tuesday in Everett. I'm Grant Olson, and you're watching the NCWLIFE Evening News.
Shoot, I think I left my keys in the kitchen. Can you grab them?
Yep.
Find out?
What's this?
It's a locking bag. It keeps Grandma's medication safe.
But I could just take it.
Well, for one thing, it locks. And if it were gone, I know there's a problem.
Huh. Well played.
Help prevent opioid misuse before it starts. Visit getthefactsrx.com. The Lake Chelan Chamber of Commerce presents Wonders of Wooden Avenue.
Steelhead Cider offers 20 taps with cider, beer, and wine, featuring views of the lake, great music, and fantastic flights. Find it on Wooden Ave behind the bookstore in downtown Chelan.
Kelly's Classic Ace Hardware Store. From the minute you walk through the door, you'll feel the difference. Kelly's revives the days of personal service lost in the big box stores of today. Kelly's Ace Hardware in classic downtown Chelan.
Wonders of Wooden Avenue, North Central Washington's premier shopping district.
The madness has started at the National RV Show, being hosted once again at the Grant County Fairgrounds, March 14th through the 18th. Top manufacturers are coming from across the country, like Grand Design, Flagstaff, Thor, Forest River, and SMC Horse Trailers. Banks on site with super low interest rates, 0 down, and no payments till July. Enter to win $30,000 in cash or a new 2023 StarCraft trailer. No purchase necessary. Shoot the basket and get an additional $500 off after you make your deal. The National RV Show has Grand Design, Flagstaff, and more at the Grant County Fairgrounds, March 14th through the 18th.
Abby says thank you to all the hometown heroes making our community so great. If you know a deserving hometown hero, shoot us an email, hero@abbys.com. Every week, we'll thank some of these heroes with a free giant pizza. Abby's, proud to serve your community. Be a hero tonight. Treat your family and friends to Abby's famous hometown hero pizza. This giant features our classic pepperoni, tasty Italian sausage, and crisp green peppers for a one-of-a-kind legendary flavor. Visit abbys.com for a special pizza at a very special price.
The results are about what you'd expect in Washington's presidential primary. Donald Trump will have his rematch against President Joe Biden. The incumbent president earned 85% of Democratic votes, although more than 7% voted for uncommitted delegates, a move widely seen as a protest vote against Biden's policy toward Israel's war on Gaza. Trump's take of the Republican vote was 73%, with recently withdrawn candidate Nikki Haley taking nearly 22% for second place. Voting in the Washington primary ended yesterday. A Wenatchee man was arraigned today on charges of using his South Chelan Avenue home as a drug distribution point. 48-year-old Wilver Ventura Acosta was arrested February 29th after allegedly selling methamphetamine to informants for the Columbia River Drug Task Force. Last week, Chalan County prosecutors filed 3 charges of controlled substance delivery against Ventura, as well as unlawful use of a building for drug purposes. He's currently free on $30,000 bail. His trial has yet to be scheduled. Christopher Gadd, the Washington State Patrol trooper killed in a March 2nd auto accident, was memorialized Tuesday in Everett. Police agencies from across the state, including the Wenatchee, sent representatives to the service. Gadd died when he was struck by a vehicle while standing on the Interstate 5 shoulder in Marysville. It was the 33rd line-of-duty death in the state's patrol's history. Coming up next, the Community for the Advancement of Family Education, known as CAFE, wants to make a community center out of the YMCA building on Orondo Street. We'll tell you more next in tonight's feature story. A late winter warming trend begins tomorrow with temperatures near 70 degrees this weekend. I'll have all the details coming up in your complete local weather forecast. That and much more still to come tonight. Please stay with us.
In Digital Media Arts program, we learn about video production gear and editing by the combination of class projects and nonprofit work and employment.
It makes things happen.
Yeah.
It's pretty magical.
We work in the industry at the Wenatchee Road, NCWLIFE channel, and the Town Toyota Center events. Every day we work with industry standard equipment for a hands-on learning experience.
Around here, Jack Frost nips more than just your nose. That's why people here drive Honda. Dependable all-wheel drive with traction control, with heated steering wheel and seats to keep Jack Frost off your seat, which will make it very happy. And since it's no fun to fill up in this weather, isn't it cool that Honda is known for legendary fuel efficiency? Great deals are here now, and so is Mr. Frost. So see your Inland Northwest Honda dealer today. Honda can handle it.
The agents of Kennedy Real Estate Group are committed to providing the ideal client experience. We believe in the power of relationships. Why? Because we don't just work here, we live here. From the nonprofits we serve, the parks where we play, and the local businesses we support, Our team understands the value of living in the Wenatchee Valley. Let's begin your real estate story.
There's no place like home, because home is where we're totally comfortable. It's where we can be ourselves and let our guards down. It's where we make memories, and we're always imagining new ways to keep it totally comfortable. Carrier, total comfort, totally happy.
Turn to the experts, Carrier and Alpine Air. Heat and air, call Alpine Air.
The Community for the Advancement of Family Education, known as CAFE, wants to make a community center out of the YMCA building on Orondo Street. For right now, that's only a vision, as the nonprofit needs a bigger headquarters first. CAFE is currently in the middle of a capital campaign to raise money to move into the Chelan Douglas Action Council's building on Lewis Street. As both the Wenatchee YMCA and the Community Action Council get ready to move into new locations of their own, CAFE is seeing opportunities to expand. In tonight's features story, NCWLIFE News spoke with CAFE founder Alma Chacon and new executive director Tana Chacon to hear more about their plans.
I know that one of the main things that we want to do is just really work on establishing all of our current programs and then continuing to grow with those programs. We are working on opening another location in Yakima, and so that's going to be kind of like a remote base so that we can support people in that area as well. And so I know that it's going to take some time, but we're excited to continue to grow and just to be that resource hub. As our grant writer, she's been working on raising money for our capital campaign so that we are able to move into a much larger office. As you can see, we're pretty close already. It feels like a little family in here, but I'm sure having a little bit more space would be nice for all of our staff.
Another goal is we're looking at the Community Action Council building to move our current staff over there right now, because we do need more space right now. One of the things we haven't had since we've grown in staff is a place to bring community in, other than outside in our parking lot, which we can do on sunny days, but not always. And so we're really looking forward to a larger building. So that is almost a for sure thing. We've got applications out. We've got about a third of the money down through our capital campaign. We've also got other things going, but I think that in working with the Community Action Council, I think they're pretty flexible as to when we can move in. And of course, they're still working on moving into their facility. So we have a few months to get ready. We haven't quite nailed it down. It could look very different than where we are right now. But at least to get us going in a head start, then we figure that CAFE will take initiative with a community center at the YMCA. We want to strengthen what we have. And then we have some programs that are fairly new, like we're starting the YES program, the Youth Empowerment Services and Support program. So we are looking at working with our partners to pretty much purchase or in partnership to acquire a larger building. So right now we're looking at the YMCA, where we can partner with many of our current partners and then also bring in new partners. So it'll be a collaborative approach, which is what's needed for a community center.
It's already made for a great community center anyways. We will have kind of like maybe 1 or 2 office spaces just for CAFE, but then offer different office spaces for other local organizations so that they can also be right in the middle of everything, especially when it's youth focused or any kind of support that's needed for a community. So it'll open it up to just have like a lot of different opportunities for the people that go there.
Time now for a check of your North Central Washington weather forecast. Hope you had a fantastic Wednesday, and boy, how could you not have? A lot of that blue sky out there today. A little bit of high cloudiness, mainly along the Cascades, but it made for just a nice day today. A little bit breezy at times as well, but today our coolest day that we will see out of the next 6 or 7 days. And here we go. Are you ready? 57. Here we go, Wenatchee, right here at the bottom. 57 for Thursday, 62 Friday. And look at this warm up as we get into the end of the weekend and the first part of next week. All three of these numbers, 71 and the 272s, could all be record high temperatures we'll be talking about as we get together next week. And then expect a cool down, which usually follows a warming trend as we get into the middle of next week. So get ready for some spectacular weather. Today's high unofficially 54 degrees. Our normal high for this time of year is 52, and our record, 1998, beautiful day of 71 degrees. 36 this morning, 3 degrees above our normal low temperature of 33 degrees, and 19 is our record set in 1969. Sunrise this morning, 7:16, and it sets tonight at 7:05. All right, let's get you into this beautiful weather. Starting tomorrow, almost 60s for Moses Lake and Ephrata, 58 in Quincy, 56 for Ellensburg, 57 here in the Wenatchee area, and that goes for Entiat and Chelan as well. 56 for Cashmere, and even Lake Wenatchee, a nice one tomorrow with a high temperature of 53 degrees. Tonight, mostly clear skies, and here's the reason why. High pressure in the northwest part of the state and also in parts of western Montana is clearing us out overnight tonight. We'll see pretty much seasonal low temperatures into those low 30s for Thursday. This is where the warming trend really begins, as we talked about at the beginning of weather. Sunshine for Thursday all up and down the west coast. We'll see highs in the mid to upper 50s for Thursday. Getting you into the end of the week on Friday, sunny skies once again and warmer. We're talking low 60s for high temperatures as we get you into the end of the week. We like this yellow shade of color because that means unseasonably warm, and we will continue with that on Saturday, kicking off our weekend, sunny and warmer. Highs climbing into the mid and upper 60s for temperatures on Saturday, and then Sunday, this is where we could start seeing some records. Sunny, unseasonably warm on Sunday. High pressure still anchored in the eastern Pacific, low 70s Sunday, and we will see the same as we get into Monday. Sunny, near record highs with temperatures again, as I mentioned, in those low 70s. Can you believe it? Keep in mind, 53 is our normal high temperature. For Tuesday, once again, no change. We will see some clouds beginning to move in on Tuesday, but before that, near record highs once again with temperatures Tuesday afternoon in the low 70s. Here's a look at your 7-day forecast. 33 overnight tonight, 57 tomorrow, 62 with sunshine on Friday, and then look at this stretch. Saturday, Sunday, and Monday, 66 Saturday, sunny and 70 on Sunday. Monday, 72 degrees, and we'll stay that way on Tuesday too with sunshine with a high temperature of a beautiful 72 degrees. And that's a look at your North Central Washington weather forecast. Coming up next, tonight's sports report with Eric Grandstrom and more as the NCWLIFE Evening News continues right after this.
And a happy Wednesday to you. It was a tough day yesterday for Northwest sports fans as the Kraken lost a heartbreaker and both Gonzaga basketball teams fell in their conference championships. The Kraken fell on home ice to the Vegas Golden Knights in overtime despite holding a 4-2 advantage at one point in the third period.
Creates space beautifully. McCann right in. Burakovsky scores! That's hockey, baby! What a play! 15:46 left to go in the second period. Burakovsky has broken the ice. Marchessault back against Theodore. This is Eichel. He'll delay to the goal line. Barbashev across off the crossbar and underneath it for a goal. Jonathan Marchessault maybe hit the back bar. We'll see. Pavel Dorofeev, who shoots it right in off the draw. Dorofeev, who scored Saturday night with a bullet right off the faceoff at the 15-minute mark. Vegas has a 2-1 lead. This is checked by Carlson. The puck is free. Carlson hauled down. Amadio, what a stop! Philip Grubauer, none better than that one. 2018 against these Golden Knights in their first year. Borgen tipped in! Pinball Wizard out in front. It's Matty Beniers cruising through the slot. Beniers is first and 10. Has tied it. Yamamoto, Belmar, right in. He scores! Pierre-Edouard Belmar goes right down Lenny Wilkins' way. 14:39 left. 3-2 Seattle. Not a bad game.
Never played.
Okay, through center, we will someday. Bjorkstrand, right in, he scores! You can cue the maestro! 8:30 left, 4-2, Kraken! To the corner, good response by Vegas. Shea Theodore, Braden McNabb. They score, it's William Karlsson with an answer goal set up by Braden McNabb. Oleksiak along the boards, not out. Eichel traps it, shoots it, blocked. Marchessault scores. He was all alone. 16.3 seconds left. Jonathan Marchessault, his second goal tonight. Here come the Kraken. Burakovsky, Larson Burakovsky, great stick, Pietrangelo. We go coast to coast. Through center, it's Eichel. He's in alone. He scores. Jack Eichel ends it with 1:59 left in overtime.
The post-game locker room was a sullen place for Seattle after giving up a game they thought they should have won.
Yeah, I mean, it was really good by us. You know, you saw contribution from every single line. You know, that's when we're at our best, is when every line's going, every line's, you know, making plays, producing, playing fast. So, you know, I think we had, like you said, a good pushback, but, you know, we need to close that one out.
Yeah. Has traditionally been a strength of this team to get every line to score a goal, including your own. Is that promising to you at this point of year?
Yeah, I mean, it's awesome that to be able to help offensively. Obviously, the goal was big, but I'm more happy about the way we were able to create kind of momentum.
We don't need fire. We don't need confidence. We've got that. You know, we're disappointed we didn't close the game out. Said it all the way along. You know, no matter the result, we need everybody to, you know, to walk out tonight, clear the deck, and come back. There's no time for. You know, for anything but.
Seattle's back on home ice again tomorrow against the Washington Capitals, that game at 7 o'clock. Well, the Gonzaga men's basketball team will have to receive a bid from the nominating committee to make the NCAA tournament. The Bulldogs fell to St. Mary's in the WCC tournament championship last night, 69-60. Gonzaga trailed for most of the game, and when it finally gained the lead with under 8 minutes to go, they couldn't hold it.
Nolan Hickman, that one's good. He's let the game come to him. He hasn't forced his offense as much this season. I think that's been huge. Watson in the lane. Another bucket for Anton Watson. He's got 14. Really quiet, and that's been the case for him this year against Gonzaga. Forbes dunks it home along the baseline. Mahaney's been quiet the last few minutes. Barrett catch and shoot three. Too short. Rebound. Forbes comes away with it. Now Mahaney will try. Got it!
Playing with 4 fouls. So's Mitchell Saxon, who's guarding him. They post him up right away.
Yeah. Ike goes to work. Graham Ike immediately gets a bucket.
They're undefeated on true road games this season.
Yeah. What a season it's been, and it's not over for Alex Dukas and the St. Mary's Gales. And those two head coaches, incredible respect and competition between those two.
The Pac-12 tournament now takes over center stage in Vegas. The Mike Hopkins era officially came to an end today for Washington as the Huskies fell to USC in the first round 80-74. The other first round games have Oregon State and UCLA. Stanford takes on Cal, and Arizona State faces Utah tonight at 8:30. All the games are on the Pac-12 network. Well, Portland's defense was smothering all game in the WCC women's title game last night as the Pilots knocked off Gonzaga 67-66. The Bulldogs had several chances down the stretch, but couldn't quite connect.
Stepping back, three is huge. How about here? Kaylin Trong off the pick. Again, mid-range is right there for Kaylin. She's starting to feel it. Great matchup. Expect some kind of a high pick. Egypt now all the way to the rack. Wild shot into the hand. 0.8 away. They inbound, and the game is official now. Portland, you go right ahead. Gonzaga, its first loss since November 26th.
The Eastern Washington women got off to a slow start against Northern Arizona for the Big Sky Tournament Championship. We'll get the results of that one tomorrow morning on Wake Up Wenatchee Valley. Oakland bettered the Mariners 4-2 in Cactus League Baseball yesterday. Dylan Moore was the only Seattle player to connect on a couple of hits for the afternoon. Sam Haggerty 1 for 3. Brian Anderson hit a solo home run. Bryce Miller pitched into the fourth, allowing a run on 4 hits with 6 strikeouts and a couple walks. Seattle was to face the Dodgers in Glendale earlier today. Well, there were some high-scoring games in prep baseball yesterday. Moses Lake won on the road at Pasco 15-0. Liberty Bell crushed Chelan 12-1. Okanagan edged Warden 6-5. Omak drilled Oroville 20-11. There are 2 games that were on the slate for today. Cashmere hosting Liberty Bell, Othello visiting Wenatchee. Fast pitch softball season got off to a start yesterday with 3 games on the docket. Quincy topped Tenasket 16-3. West Valley down to Freitas 16-6. Brewster beat Cascade 26-5 on the schedule today. Omak playing at Okanagan, Cashmere playing host to Liberty Bell. Wenatchee and Quincy played to a scoreless tie in prep boys soccer last night at Liebofto Field of the Apple Bowl. We had that one live here on the NCWLIFE channel. Also in action last night, it was Moses Lake and Everett playing to a 3-3 tie. Cascade blanked Bridgeport 3-0, and Cashmere got by Okanagan by a final of 1-0. Also on the schedule for today in boys soccer, it's Chelan at Liberty Bell. That's a look at sports news. I'm Eric Granstrom. Have a happy Wednesday.
Hello, everybody. Dan Kuntz, host of Wake Up Wenatchee Valley. Tomorrow on Thursday's show, we're going to do something. I'm going to try to do something anyway I've never actually done on a Thursday. Wake Up Wenatchee Valley. I'm going to try and give you a 5-star show. Now, we only promise you one 5-star show a week, and that's Fridays. That's the 5-star show. But we're going to go ahead and endeavor to bring you a 5-star show on Thursday. Television history could be in the making in tomorrow's edition of Wake Up Wenatchee Valley. And starting tomorrow, we'll be broadcasting in sterling monophonic sound. I'll see you tomorrow.
And that will do it for our newscast tonight. For more news from around North Central Washington, you can find us at NCWLife.com, on our social media channels, or on our mobile app for iPhone and Android. And remember, if you see news happening, we'd like to hear from you. Email us at news@ncwlife.com or call 888-6295. I'm Grant Olson. Thanks so much for being with us, and have a great night.